Women Warriors Network was created to inspire women who would class themselves as ordinary. The reality is these women are extraordinary in business and in life. Now, absolutely last but not least, the lovely Linda Plant. Now, Linda is famous for grilling the candidates on the BBC TV series The Apprentice. Now, I said I'd be scared of Sarah. Linda, until I met Linda, I would have been quivering, absolutely quivering. I watched all The Apprentice, so I know. And she's brutal, absolutely brutal. But quickly about Linda, at 16, she left school to work full-time on her mother's stall, and then later opened up her own retail shops and founded her fashion brand Honeysuckle. She now runs Home Run, taking care of the interior design of London properties for clients on the upper end of the scale who mostly live abroad. So very, very big welcome to you, Linda.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Can you hear me okay? Good, good. Okay, well, it's great to be here. Thank you. And it's so lucky that we just bumped into each other that day at lunch, is it not? And here I am, hoping to answer your questions and inspire people the best I can.
So again, I believe in serendipity, and a friend of mine, another business associate, Nadine Van Dongen's on here, and we love the word serendipity, these moments. So I'd actually connected with Linda just very quickly and mentioned Women Warriors. We had a brief conversation, and then by sheer coincidence, we were dining in Oswald's in London, and I was like, Linda, oh my God, well, now I've met you, I definitely have to speak. And it's just one of those meant to be moments. And I'm absolutely delighted we did meet, and we had a bit of a giggle also. So Linda, you come from a very humble background. Did you always have the desire to be successful from a young age?
Well, I was motivated and driven from a young age. So I guess you would say that I did have the desire to be successful. And if you start with absolutely nothing, you haven't got really anywhere to go but up. You can't go any further down. But it's my nature has always been, you know, to be driven, to be motivated. And I like to be inspired and inspire others. So I guess, yes. And that motivation and that drive it started when I was very young, but it has continued throughout my journey. So I'm still probably the same today.
You're onwards and up. There's no stopping this woman. There really isn't. So Sarah Newman was a .com millionaire and Ireland's only female dragon on the hit TV series Dragon's Den. She grew a business of booking hotel reservations online from nothing to 100 million and employing 95 people, selling it for a speculated 50 million with long-term contracts, Ryanair, Aer Lingus and BMI. So Sarah certainly has a story, and if anyone has the power of resilience, Sarah certainly does. So welcome, Sarah. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you and to everyone. Hi.
It's lovely to have you on board, Sarah. So you were the first woman investor on Dragon's Den in Ireland. So why do you think you were asked to become a dragon?
And I suppose that I was probably the first high-profile self-made woman in Ireland. So I was, you know, I was on the papers, as they say, an awful lot of the time about the success of the growth of NeedAHotel.com and the subsequent sale. And so Larry Bass, the producer of Dragon's Den in Ireland, needed 4 boys and 1 girl. And so I suppose that made it was easier just picking 1 girl.
I want to introduce Mary Frawley. So Mary, I met lovely Mary about 12 years ago or so when we were part of, we set up the sport and social of the IIBN, the Irish International Business Network, with Conor Foley and Fionnuala Pender. still very much involved with them. They are an incredible network, and they've grown very much globally also. But that's how Mary and I met. And then I found out Mary was in Jersey, and so we reconnected recently. So I am delighted to have Mary on board here. And where you're based in Jersey though as well, and you've just set up your business, you were very fitted in very well for one of my women at the top. So welcome, Mary.
Thanks very much, Sandy. Hello, everybody. I'm really flattered to be here and among such esteemed panelists. When Sandy asked me to do a slot at the Power of Resilience among women at the top, I have to say, because I don't consider myself to be a woman at the top just yet, I mentioned that to Sandy, and she reassured me that the purpose of this network, as Sarah mentioned, is all about collaboration, support, and encouraging others. So it's against that backdrop I want to share with all of you my experience, what resilience means to me, and the journey I took to get where I am. So I'll start by saying the things that make up resilience for me are stubbornness and hope.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sandy. So I think there's something that's like really resonating with me, having listened to all of you, and it's something that some people call the X factor, or having a mojo. You seem to have a mojo about all of you. I mean, this is what resilience is. I mean, Linda, how do you consistently sort of find that mojo and get it back and get that motivation to literally, you know, continually contribute to society and business and doing what you're doing every day?
Well, I think I have a lot of energy, and I have a lot of power in my thoughts, and I think that there's no set recipe for having a mojo. And here's the thing: perseverance is very important, because in my life, as in everyone's life, it hasn't been smooth running, but problems need solutions.
I hear from Sarah also the same thing, like resilience is like such a broad word, but for Sarah also, what for you is, like, if you say a few key words in resilience for you?
I think pretty much Linda's said them all, but yeah, grit, determination, never give up. I think that not dissing the men at all, because, you know, men are useful, but for women that particularly have you know, children, there's something in women, and I know lots of women don't have children, so I don't want people to throw eggs at me or anything, but I'm just saying, we've got this, we will feed our children before we feed ourselves.